Yes, you found him? Where was he?
Close the meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Comando?
Present.
Mr. Boothby? Present. Mr. Gear?
Present.
Mr. Lucido?
Present.
Mr. Quinn?
Present.
Mr. Sanchez? Mrs. Scanlongo? Mr. Singh?
Present.
Mrs. Alvarado?
Present. Please rise for the salute. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all members of the Board of Education and to the Bergen Record in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, 1975. I'd like to have a motion to open the meeting to the public for agenda items only.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Residents are requested to state their names, address, and subject matter. In the event it appears the public comment portion of the meeting may exceed 45 minutes, the presiding officer may limit each statement made by a participant to 5 minutes duration. Issues raised by members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered and a response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged and will not be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by the laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility, nor will it be liable for any comments made by members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of the legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments and be aware that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments. Anyone wishing to be heard for agenda items only? Seeing how there's none, let's close the meeting. Motion to close, open floor.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, business administrative, there's no student representative, so.
Okay, I'm now reporting I have the minutes from January, checks, transfers, and board secretary treasurer's reports for the month of December.
Motion,
So moved.
Second.
roll call.
Mr. Comando?
Yes.
Mr. Boothby? Yes. Mr. Gear?
Yes.
Mr. Lucido?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes. Those in that group and abstained from check number 49240.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Alvarado?
Yes.
I conclude my report.
Thank you. Student representative, does anyone have the student representative's report? Okay. Superintendent's
Thank
report.
you. No, I'll just go into the agenda items. Nothing has changed in the last 36 hours. I guess Christie resigned. He dropped out. Queenie dropped out. I'm contemplating to take a deep breath and go.
You're running?
You'd be all set, ready to go. Ask on student services, a motion to accept A1 through A3. Motion. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Comando?
Yes.
Mr. Boothby? Yes. Mr. Gear?
Yes.
Mr. Lucido?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Alvarado?
Yes.
Ask for a motion to approve B, administration B1 and 2.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Comando?
Yes.
Mr. Boothby? Yes. Mr. Gear?
Yes.
Mr. Lucido?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
All of us got this administration, being on to.
Yes.
Motion D1.
Wait,
What?
two more, Mr. Singh.
Yes.
Ms. Zardelli.
Yes.
The roll call is longer than your report. Here we go. Okay, now I apologize to my friend from the left. Motion for D1 through D6.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Armando.
Yes.
Mr. Boothby. Yes. Mr. Garrett.
Yes.
Mr. Gino.
Yes.
Mr. Quinn.
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mr. Singh.
Yes.
Mrs. Zardelli.
Yes.
That was excellent. F1 through F19. Ask for motion.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Armando.
Yes.
Mr. Boothby. Yes. Mr. Garrett.
Yes.
Mr. Gino.
Yes.
Mr. Quinn.
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mr. Singh.
Yes.
Mrs. Zardelli.
Yes. Okay. Any committee reports?
I could give a brief update on the budget. We met today at 5 o'clock. We sat down for about an hour and a half. We took a look at the preliminary budget. First time we met. We're going to get there. Okay. There are some areas that we need to look at. These budgets are going to be a little bit difficult, but we're going to look to do it in a way that we don't hurt the education of our students. So we're going to meet again on the 24th of February at 5 o'clock. Mr. Quinn, Mr. Accomando, myself, Ms. Zottarelli, Bert Ammerman, and Ray Karate, we sat and we met. We're going to meet again on the 24th. So that's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Dave. Okay. Any correspondence? Okay. Any old business? New business? I like this. Okay, we're going to open the meeting to the public. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Meeting's now open to the public. Anyone wishing to be heard, state your name, address.
I just want to reiterate the point I made on Monday. I know that you guys are going to be discussing the calendar over the next month before we vote on the next month. Just a reminder that Southbrook is mainly a two-income household town. Taking an entire week off in the middle of a month early in the school year, it's going to affect a lot of people in a lot of ways. Also, I've spoken with several parents about it over the last couple of days who had various things going on, so I couldn't make it. But it's not a very popular thing.
Popular according to who?
Most of the parents I've spoken with who are.
Well, I got to be clear here, Jen. The district has got 5 buildings. Smith School is not the center on these issues. You have every right to express your opinion, and I respect it. And I think we've had a good relationship, and I want to continue that. So I'll say a couple of things. First of all, the board is not going to discuss it over the next month. They can't. It's not allowed by law. 2, they will be given the updated one that the board came to a consensus on Monday with the changes. We made adjustments that was dealt with. We all heard your comments. A couple of things. When schools started to open up on Columbus Day, a lot of people complained. When schools started to open up on Veterans Day, a lot of people complained. When they went to one President's Day and took away what, I'll talk for myself in prehistoric times, we had off Lincoln's Day, we had off Washington's Day. A lot of people complained. The one thing I've learned over 30 years as an administrator, 46 years in education, is the only people that like change are wet babies. So that any time you make a change, people are going to be uncomfortable. And as an adult, I've been uncomfortable many times. The decision and the recommendation I made to the board was strictly based on delivery of instruction to improve the instruction and begin a pathway to excellence for this district. And that's the direction I will make all decisions on. Teachers, we break them down. You're a teacher. You mentioned that the other day. I can see why you're concerned because you get teachers' convention off. You know you'll be home with your kids. The parents that work in this town that work with 2 jobs, they don't get teachers' convention off. They got to find somebody. Election day is off here. Most teachers, a lot of teachers are going to be off. They get that day. They don't have to worry about it. The 2 families that work 2 jobs, they might have to work election day. So it's not a one-sided thing for any particular group. What I made as a recommendation was strictly driven to improve the education of your kids. And yeah, is it an inconvenience for you? But others maybe? It could be. But the decision is not for me to make recommendations to the board so I have to satisfy all of the inconveniences. Just look at your district in Clifton. There's a young lady, it's in the papers, they now want to have off Muslim days. She has every right. They can ask, the board has to make a decision. My personal belief over the years, we should have school every freaking day. And if you've got a holiday as a religious holiday, whatever takes place, if you're a staff member, take a personal day. And if you're a parent and you want to pull them out, I respect that. And you have a right to do that. So, I've had a couple parents, not as many maybe as you. As a matter of fact, they got their information or something. I guess you broadcast something out to a lot of people to try to get support, which is, I don't know, I felt was somewhat unnecessary. But they called me. A couple of people, and said, I think it's a great idea. Because I always felt nothing ever got done on those days anyhow. So there's going to be difference of opinion. And whatever decision the board makes or what I recommend will not be unanimous by anyone. So I appreciate, again, you making the comment. I respect you making the comment. And if other people come up, I can respect what they're going to say. My recommendation will not change because this district needs to develop a pathway to excellence. This district needs to get an emphasis on delivery of instruction. So I appreciate it. And obviously the board will think about it. And when we come back, that's why it wasn't even discussed tonight, because Monday night was strictly discussion. I see a couple new people here. And that was legitimately said we wouldn't put it up for a vote until the March meeting. And so that's why it's not even up here for tonight. And I imagine at the meeting in March, if a board member wants to continue the discussion, obviously that's the work session. And I would encourage people, and I respect and applaud Jen and her 2 assistants as the Smith PTO representatives. They come to every meeting. You hear there's the group of 3 of you, whatever it is, that are here all the time. You're here every meeting. I think that's fantastic because you hear what's going on. I wish more people would come and listen and hear. But that, if there is a meeting you're going to come to, that's the meeting to come to, because that's when the board actually discusses and goes through everything. Because some might be saying, man, what are they doing here? We're flying through. All of this that we voted on tonight was discussed on Monday. And so that's just why it's so much faster. The Monday night meetings are much longer. So I appreciate you.
Anyone else wishing to be heard? Seeing none, I'd like to have a motion to close the meeting to the public. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. Our next meeting is March 7th, and that's the work session. Our next regular meeting is March 9th. And I'm going to do a motion to close the meeting right now. Motion?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you all.